Welcome to the third video in our series on Microsoft Teams calls. The last video detailed Teams calls within Teams Chat. This video will outline placing a call from the Microsoft Teams Call tab using search or the dial pad, as well as calling from the history list and from contacts. Some of these calling features are available to everyone at the college, but some features are only available to those employees with a CVTC phone number assigned. To access Microsoft Teams calls, click the Calls button from the left menu. If you don't have this icon, click the meatball menu and then find the Calls icon. This button can be pinned in order to keep it on the menu by right-clicking and then clicking on Pin. The icon can be dragged and dropped to a different location if using the desktop. There may be two different things shown on this screen. If you do not have a CVTC phone number, you'll see a search box to find CVTC employees and students. You will only be able to call others at CVTC using Microsoft Teams. If you do have a CVTC phone number, you'll see a dial pad and your phone number below the call button. You'll be able to call any phone number, whether a CVTC phone number or an external number. One difference in Teams calling is you do not need to dial a digit to access an outside line. Just click or type in the 10 or 11-digit phone number and click the call button. If you have a phone number but do not see the dial pad, you may not have been moved over to Teams calls yet. Check with your supervisor and then submit an IT ticket to be put on the list to transfer to Teams calls. You can still use the other features of Teams calls, but will not be able to dial externally until you're moved over. To place a call, search for the individual by name or type or tap in the phone number. Then click the Call button. A new window will open showing details for the call. The available options in the new call window will depend on how you place the call and how the call is answered. Unlike traditional calls, a Teams call can be made from the desktop app, the mobile app, or a desk phone. The call can be received in Teams on the desktop or mobile, or on a hardware device like a desk phone or cell phone. For example, if you're calling an external phone like a cell phone, you'll not have the option for a video call or to share a screen. In the desktop app, the call window shows a button for the dial pad, one to add people to the call, and the mute button. The More Meatball menu shows options to place the call on hold or to transfer the call. Settings and then Device Settings is used to change the audio options if on desktop. Mute notifications will stop Teams notifications while in the call. Recording and transcription is not available when making calls. If a recording needs to be made, the call would need to be scheduled as a meeting. Live captions can be selected along with a language to generate text on the screen as people talk on the call, although this feature is not always entirely accurate. Additionally, there's no record of the captions after the call is ended, so if a transcript is needed, the call should be scheduled as a meeting instead. From the call window, the Leave button will end the call. If a call is answered in Teams, there are additional options for chat, changing the view, turning off the camera, and sharing the screen. The More Meatball menu contains the dial pad and the ability to apply background effects to your outgoing video. Activity is shown in the History panel. Calls are tagged as incoming or outgoing, as well as missed or voicemail messages. Clicking on an item will show details of the call in the right-hand panel. A call can be placed from the buttons under the name. If the caller is someone at CVTC, there will also be options to start a Teams chat or send a quick message to the person's Teams chat. Calls can also be placed from the history list. Hover over an entry and click the Call button to start a voice call. Other options can be found under the Meatball menu. Callback is the same as the Call button. Remove from view will take this entry off the history list. The block option will appear for external phone numbers. If a number is blocked, future calls from this number will not ring in Teams. Phone numbers can be unblocked from the Meatball menu or from the Settings Meatball, then Privacy, then the Edit Block Contacts button, and finally click the Unblock button next to the phone number. A number can also be added to the speed dial, which will show when the details pane is closed. Hover over a speed dial contact and click the Video, Audio, or drop-down menu to start a call with the phone number. Finally, the Add Contact option is used to save this person to your contact list. You can view your contacts from the Contacts tab at the top of the screen. You can add a contact directly to this list by using the Add Contact button at the top of the screen. Click the Add Contact button and start typing the name or phone number for the contact to be added. Teams will try to match this to the global CVTC directory. Click the name of the person if it is someone from within the college. If the name or number is someone outside of the college, click in the empty white space and then click the Add button. Fill in the phone field and then click the Add button. To remove a contact from the list, click the meatball menu and then Remove Contact. Your list of contacts in Teams calls is the same as your contacts on the People page in Outlook. If changes are needed, the contact must be edited in Outlook by using the Edit Contact button. Additionally, some contacts can only be removed while working in Outlook. Highlight the name and click the Delete button. Any changes will be synced back to Teams contacts. In the contact list, a call can be started by clicking on the phone number link or by using the icons to the right. The buttons that are shown vary depending on if the person is within CVTC or an external contact. As always, let us know if you have any questions by stopping down to BEC 32 or emailing edtech@cvtc.edu. Thanks and have a great week.